Hey guys, yes, here with freebalance.classes.com. So today we are doing a coffee talk. And the question that I'd like to answer, in fact, and maybe even ask so we can start a conversation on our website that somebody asked, in fact, was why am I not progressing in my belly dance practice? Very interesting question, in fact. So why are some people feel like they're not progressing? So because that would be like the first thing I would ask. Are you actually progressing but you don't feel like you're progressing, or are you feel like you're progressing but you're not progressing? So I mean, it could be like both ways, right? It's like some people are like think that they're just like getting better to the next level, like I'm ready for the advanced class, and then if you watch them, you're like, no, you're not. So they feel like they're ready for the next level, they feel like they're progressing, but they really are not, like if they're watched by other people. But then you have other people that are totally progressing because they're doing awesome, they're attending all the classes, they're learning better movements, they're challenging themselves, they're kind of like really stepping up to the next level. But if you ask them if they're progressing, they will say no. So okay, well, let's talk about that a little bit, because first of all, sorry, let's just say this. If you are truly progressing, like your teacher is telling you progressing, your friends in your class are telling you progressing, but you are the only one feeling like you're not progressing, then maybe it's time to question what is wrong with you. Like, do you have any problems? Really analyzing your progress, because you might not be able to see your progress, but other people are. So if you have a problem analyzing and seeing your progress, then maybe you need to work on that. And that could be not only applied to belly dance, but it could be applied to so many other things you are doing in your life. So ask that question and see what the heck is going on. So that will be like a separate topic, because it really has a lot to do with self-esteem and a lot of other issues going on there. But for a lot of you who are belly dancers, actually really working hard, taking classes, and still thinking like they are not progressing, and everybody else sees that they are not progressing, okay? If everybody else sees the same thing you're seeing, then obviously we're on the same page here, and maybe it's time to talk about it. So the question is, why? Why am I not progressing? Well, could be a multitude of things. So let's talk about those things. Well, one of them could be maybe you have a teacher that is not challenging you. There are some teachers that teach belly dancing, but they truly like know basic hip drops and kicks, stuff like that. So if they teach you those moves and you're done with those moves and you feel like, well, then I'm done, right? Because that's all you can learn from them. It's time to move on to a different instructor. So that might be a big problem right there. Your instructor, your teacher is not teaching you anything beyond what you already know. Your teacher is just constantly repeating the same stuff you know. So go to a different teacher. Try somebody else different, new. Somebody who knows more, somebody who knows better, and somebody with more experience. You never know. Not that there is anything wrong with your teacher to taught you the basics, because that teacher can only teach the basics, but can't teach you beyond that. So go to somebody else who can teach you beyond that, okay? So that's one thing. The other thing is maybe you are not challenging yourself, okay? Maybe you are the one who's like staying in this comfort zone, or like, I like the hip drops and kicks and like the basic combos with them because I feel comfortable, because I can do that. But when you start introducing new moves to me that I don't know how to do, then I don't want to do them. Well, there you go. So if somebody introduces something to you that's new and different and you can't do it, that's called the next level, sweetheart. So do that, okay? Instead of saying, I'm not going to do that because that's different and I can't do it, just say, I'm going to do that because that's the next level. So that's maybe why you're not progressing, okay? So maybe you're not progressing because your teacher is not helping you out, because your teacher only has a limited amount of knowledge. You're not progressing because you are not allowing yourself to do that, because you're not opening yourself to different new things, new moves, new technique, whatever it is, okay? Maybe because you have actually learned all the moves that there is to learn, but you're not creating anything by yourself, okay? Because you can only learn so much from instructors, okay, whether they're beginner instructors or advanced instructors. You learned all the advanced moves, you went on to God knows what level, but you're still not creating anything on your own. So ask yourself, all the choreographies and all the combos and all the moves that you learned, are they yours or are they somebody else's? If they're somebody else's, then of course you're lacking. You know, it's about time to start creating your own. It's so easy to create your own combos, right? A combo is like an 8-count beat that you put certain moves to it and then you make them your own. So like somebody does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of hip drops, that's like the most boring combo in the world. But if somebody does 1, 2 hip drops, piston kicks, 2, 3, 4, and then a shimmy, 5, 6, and then a turn, 7, 8. Wow, I mean all those moves you already know, right? So you just put them together in a bunch of 2 counts and added them up, and that made up your 8 count. So create your own moves, because that will be the absolute next level. When you can create your own moves, then move on to the next choreography. You know, take those combos that you created by yourself and put them in a choreography. Take a song that you love to listen to, and then see if you can take some of those combos that you made up on your own and then put them in it, and then that will be your next choreography. So that'll be your next level. So again, as I said, start from the basics. You either have the wrong instructor who only taught you the basic moves and can't teach you more combos. You either have an instructor who cannot teach you combos more than you already know, therefore learn your own by adding some of your own combos too. Or you have somebody who just like can't do choreography, therefore take the combos you already made and make him your own choreography. If you're still bored with that and you feel like you're not progressing, then maybe it's time to perform. Take those choreographies that you created, put them on stage, put them in something much more refined and accomplished and beautiful, like a choreography. So try that. I mean, you can always draw the next level, but if you are not comfortable with where you're at right now as a student, chances are there's one of these things happening. You know, you either have the wrong instructor, you need to try a different one, or you need to create your own thing, or you need to take your own things to the next level, which will be like showing it to other people, like a stage, for example. So those are just basic things, but of course there could be other things. Like if you're a professional belly dancer and you still feel bored with what you're doing, then we can have a different talk than this. But if you are a student, then this is a talk to have. Ask yourself these questions. What would be the next level? What am I exactly bored with? And then what is there to do? Because there's always the next level. So have fun, create your own thing, do your own thing, find another instructor, perform whatever it is that you need to do to take your performance and your challenge and your practice to the next level. So if any questions, make sure you ask me. It's freebellydanceclasses.com. My email address is tiaza@freebellydanceclasses.com. That's TIAZZA.com. Or check it out on freebellydanceclasses.com. That's the website. That's where you find the link to everything. Okay? Ask me the question. I'd be happy to answer it in the next coffee talk. I'll see you in the next talk. Bye.